Can everyone please stand for the presentation of our nation's colors?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You want them to sit down? Okay, you may be seated. Welcome to the class of 2021 graduation. I'm Addie Grace Porter, Senior Class President. I ask that we please take a moment of silence for the ones that weren't able to be with us today. All right, now can you bow your heads in prayer with me, please? Dear Lord, we come to you today and say thank you. Thank you for the wisdom you've provided our administration with to guide us through this year. We thank you for the protection you've had over this class to bring us to this special day. God, you've blessed us you've blessed us beyond measure, and for that we are grateful and thankful. Now, as we graduate and go our different directions to pursue our dreams and goals, we ask for your guidance and strength to help us achieve what you have planned for us. Our prayer is that will bring you honor and glory in all that we do. And thank you for Jesus, and it's in his name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Addie Grace. Good morning and welcome to the 103rd class commencement exercise in the long and proud history of Lebanon High School. We are here this morning to honor this graduating class of 2021. At this time, I would like to introduce our special guest behind the podium. Please stand when your name is called. Dr. Donna Wright, Director of Wilson County Schools. Mr. Larry Tomlinson, Chairman of the Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 5. Mr. Bill Robinson, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 2. Ms. Kimberly McGee, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 6. Ms. Jamie Farrow, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 7. And Ms. Carrie Pfeiffer, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 1. Thank you. A group that it has been a privilege and blessing for me to be their leader is our faculty, assistant principals, and staff. Will you all please stand? I would also like to recognize Mr. Christopher Bergeron, who has been chosen our Teacher of the Year by his peers for Lebanon High School. Please stand, Mr. Bergeron. As you know, this is a tightly knit community, and our school leans heavily on it for support and as a source of pride. At this time, I would like for all Lebanon High School alumni in the stadium to please stand. All right. Thank you very much. Now I would like for all of our senior students who are going into military service to please stand. All right. Also, would those in the audience who have served or are presently serving in the military please stand? Thank you for your service. Mr. Thomas Poteet is the 2021 class salutatorian. I have asked Thomas to deliver our 2021 welcome address.
Good morning, friends, family, and faculty. My name is Thomas Poteet, as you just heard, and I'm honored to be your salutatorian and to kick off our graduation. I know everyone is excited to see their student walk across the stage, so I'll try to make this sweet and short. But first, let me say thank you to the people who have supported me my past 4 years of high school. Thank you to my family, who have loved me no matter what, the irreplaceable friends who can make me smile, rain or shine, and the teachers who have made me into the student I am today. And my dog, Jeep. I couldn't have had anyone else guide me these past 4 years, so I thank you all. Now, I would like to address my classmates sitting in front of me. This year has been the most difficult academic year we've experienced, and you all have come out the other side stronger. We have not only survived, but we have thrived this year, and that is an accomplishment we can all smile about. However, there will only be tougher hardships ahead, so I wish you all to celebrate your victories now and walk with confidence across this stage. It has been a pleasure being your peer, and I'm excited to see the triumphs you all achieve in your futures. Finally, to the families and teachers that have been the backbone to our class. You all have been patient enough to support us and help us grow as people, and we cannot be more grateful for all that you have done for us. I could spend the entire day praising the amazing faculty and the countless hours they have spent for us, but there's no need, because we all know the special moments deep in our hearts of the graces we were given. I hope you all never forget these moments of your past 4 years, and that they continue to guide you in your futures. When your student receives their diploma, I hope you're half as proud as I am to have them as a classmate and to identify myself as a graduate of the class of 2021. Congratulations, class of 2021. I salute you all.
Thank you, Thomas. Will Miss Catherine Duncan now present the literary reading to the class of 2021? Sorry, we put the chairs so far away. I'm sorry.
Good morning. When I was told that I'm this year's literary reader, I thought it was pretty ironic considering the fact that I haven't willingly read a book since 6th grade. Nonetheless, I'm honored to be here. This poem comes from the book How Far You Have Come by Morgan Harper Nichols. For in this life there will be many roads we do not take, and on some mornings we wake and find there are bright orange barricades closing off entryways and bridges, lakes, and cityscapes we long to go and see. We have a duty to focus on the road before us, to dream of the destination, but never forget to delight in the drive. Record your mother's laughter in your mind, the secret sibling handshakes, and dad's knowing sighs. This is the fuel you'll need to journey wide. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Catherine. All right, Mr. Zach Bone, the 2021 class valedictorian, will now deliver the farewell address.
For the benefit of all the adults in the audience, I'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, I was planning on imagining every one of you in your underwear. But after getting up here and seeing Dr. Walters, I've abandoned that for the rest of the speech. Welcome, families, teachers, faculty, and graduates to Lebanon High School's 2021 graduation. As your valedictorian, I will try to pass along some sage advice. Over the past 4 years, we've learned a lot. Mr. Swoboda taught us the quadratic formula. Miss Murray taught us the layers of hell. Of course, this was in preparation for virtual classes. And Mr. Purrier taught us how to sell real estate as a side hustle. This information will no doubt serve us well in life, but the most important thing we've learned through our time at Lebanon High School is how to overcome adversity. As freshmen, we could never have anticipated how our class would be impacted. 2 years of our high school experience were derailed by a global pandemic. We missed junior prom, senior assemblies, and full student sections at sporting events. But what we missed in school events, we gained invaluable family time. For me, I took this extended family time into account when applying for colleges. My initial goal was to get as far away as possible. If I had known about the University of Hawaii, I would have applied there and only there. When you come to an end of a milestone like high school, you tend to look back and review it. One of the first things I learned, and I'm sure many of my classmates learned, that there was not a pool on the roof, even though all the seniors told us it was the best in town. We also learned how to face adversity, blank walls, tornadoes, followed by a global pandemic. These events have forever shaped us as students and young adults. But the class of 2021 was ready and determined to overcome any challenge thrown our way. Aiden Britt became state champion in cross country. Our girls basketball team made it to state 3 years in a row, and Jude made his canoes. The class of 2021 is truly special. However, we did not overcome these challenges by ourselves. We came to rely on teachers, support staff, parents, siblings, neighbors, and friends more than ever. These are the people in our lives we need to thank. Without them, our high school journey would have been nearly impossible. I personally would like to thank Miss Mosley, because without her, I would not be literate enough to read the speech. So what advice can I pass along to you today? It's time for us to prepare for the real world. This means differential equations, locating the nucleus in the cell, and understanding medieval literature. You know, things adults use every day. When I look out at my fellow classmates, I see future doctors, lawyers, judges. Okay, never mind. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll all be broke for the next 6 to 7 years. One thing we'll be able to say for the rest of our lives is that we graduated and not even a global pandemic could stop us. Thank you, and congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2021.
Thank you, Zach. Being a part of a community school such as Lebanon High School is something that is very special. Our goal is that every student has an equal opportunity to develop as a total person. We feel that we're big enough to deliver, but still small enough to care. This is the 103rd graduating class from LHS. Of course, they will be remembered for their creative student section themes and their top-rated culinary, FFA, book club, business leader, and athletic skills that earned them trips to state and national competitions. But when I asked teachers what this class will be most remembered for, it was their ability to adapt and persevere that was most noted. Ms. Morgan in the culinary department describes them as rigidly flexible and calls it a leadership quality, which is a great new term. Mr. Porterfield, math teacher extraordinaire, noted their tendency to rise to any challenge and to meet it head on. He says, like a deer in the headlights. And Ms. Knox, who has a heart of gold, says that ultimately they are just good people. Although these students' accomplishments and accolades are remarkable, they are a group that has endured what no other class before them has done. They met challenges and adversity that are unique to this particular year in a way that none of us will ever forget. Ms. Murray states that the class of 2021 will forever be remembered for their resilience in the face of one of the toughest years in history. She is grateful to have been a witness to their determination and is proud to have witnessed their perseverance in their journey towards this graduation. And then, of course, if you know Ms. Murray, she apologized for being so dramatic. This class before me took on the high school experience with their heads held high. They've grown from timid and squirrely freshmen that I met in the theater on August 1st, 2017, to the young adults before you today. They have pride in their school, and they make sure others know it. They've taught me a lot about what it means to be a Blue Devil, and that is something that they will not let others take away from them. Most importantly, the class of 2021 has continued to show academic gains that make Lebanon High School one of the best schools in the state of Tennessee. In fact, U.S. News and World Reports has recognized LHS as being one of the best high schools in Tennessee, ranking it in the top 20% and in the top 30% in the nation. This class of 2021 has contributed to that data over the last 4 years. They have accomplished much and developed many characteristics that will always make them special. The commencement program addresses many of these accomplishments. I would like to recognize a few special groups of this class of 405 students. Would the 107 Tennessee scholars please stand and remain standing? That would be more than any other high school in Wilson County, if you care about that kind of information. Remain standing. Would also the 295 Hope Scholars please stand and remain standing? These students have a 3.0 or better GPA. You may be seated. Thank you. We are smart. We use our brains until they hurt at the end of the day. We intend every day to leave the building tired from our purposeful work. That has been our goal this year. And of course, every day we want to learn something. No matter how different our futures may look, this is possible. I know I'm still learning. This class embodies the pride, spirit, tradition, vision we have at LHS. The class of 2021 has 117 students that have a GPA of a 4.0 or better, and an additional 295 that have a 3.0 or better. They've taken advantage of our many advanced placement, dual enrollment, honors, and career tech offerings. They have accepted just at $12 million in scholarship money to attend more than 30 different colleges, technical schools, and universities for just over 90% pursuing post-secondary educational opportunities, 2% entering the military, and 8% directly into the workforce. Let's give them a round of applause. I'm very proud of this class of 2021 and the faculty and staff that have nurtured them to the outstanding success that has been attained during their high school careers. This class has met every challenge with character, pride, and dignity. They are expected to be responsible leaders throughout their lives. Class of 2021, would you please stand, all of you, and you're going to repeat after me. I, state your name, will remember. It never gets old. As a graduate of Lebanon High School, to live my life with a pride in self, a spirit to succeed, and a tradition of excellence. Remain standing. This is a very special time, and I would encourage everyone to show honor and dignity towards our graduates. I would like to make a statement at this time regarding decorum. We have many family members and friends who have traveled long distances to see a moment that lasts about 10 seconds. Although we are currently using an athletic arena as our stage, please remember that this is not an athletic event, but a formal ceremony that lasts but a short time. We wish to treat this occasion with formality and sophistication. Applause for each graduate should be kept to a minimum without the use of air horns or noisemakers until the appropriate time. After each name is called, there will be a slight pause before moving on to the next name. Since this is an important time for LHS, we want every family to enjoy and take great pride when their graduate's name is called as they cross the stage to receive their diploma. At the appropriate time, we will then allow a moment for what I will call unrestrained jubilation, and I hope that they can hear you all the way in Nashville. We are going to prepare now for the presentation of our diplomas. Dr. Wright, if you would join me at the podium. It is with great pride that I present to you a highly motivated, collaborative thinking, problem-solving class of future leaders that are extremely proud to have completed their high school career, the Lebanon High School class of 2021.
Are we ready? By the authority vested in me by the State Board of Education and the Wilson County School Board, I have searched or caused to be searched the records on file of each of the seniors whose name shall be publicly announced, and I will certify that each of these students has met at least the minimum requirements for graduation from Lebanon High School, as established by each of the previously mentioned agencies, and is eligible to receive a diploma of graduation. In the eyes of the principals and teachers of this school, we have determined that the following students have attained an approved attendance, conduct, and subject matter record, which covers a 12-year program as established by the records on file in the offices of Lebanon High School.
Thank you, Dr. Wright. Seniors, please be seated. We will now proceed with the presentation of your individual diplomas.
David Isaiah Parrish Adams. Walter Gordon Adams. Brenya Rose Alexander. Grace Madeline Alexander. Yari Khalees Alexander. Xander Ramel Alexis. Shay Ali Amuleki. Eden Lindsay Anderson. Tabitha Lynn Anderson. Jaya Emil Apple. Logan Cade Apple. Kendall Lee Arnold. Haley Brianna Atwood. Christopher Ty Bailey. Alexa Barba Perez. Ana Thalia Barrera. Gabriela Barrera Luna. Jennifer Barrera Pantaleon. Savannah Jade Barton. Dylan Thomas Bates. Amber Nicole Bogus. Ricardus Damari Beasley. Ryan Nicholas Becht. Hayden Russell Belcher. Jacob Anthony Belcher. Julius Allen Bentley. Tiana Michelle Renee Birdsong. Mason William Burkett. Abigail Elise Bodie. Michael James Bodice. Wendy Clay Bogle. Carson Douglas Bowles. Samuel Mitchell Bond. Zachary Payne Bone. Brendan Kyle Booth. Christian Borden. Jamie Jolie Boyd. Julia Elizabeth Boyd. Abigail Grace Bradford. Fallon Marie Bradford. Kylie Addison Brasher. Samantha Ann Brazelton. Hannah Nicole Breedlove. Addison McLean Brewington. Jonah Boyce Brewington. Dakota Michael Briggs. Jaira Nisi Brinkley. Aiden Richard Britt. Keely Dion Broughton. Jesse Regine Brown. Mariana Elizabeth Brown. Celeste Rejane Bryson. William Stewart Burris. Linda Alian Byers. Marissa Nicole Cadu. Yosari Calderon. Tyler John Cancela. Katie Mae Carney. Elijah John Carson. Bradley Cordell Chastain. Kaya Brianne Childers. Deanna Faye Christensen. Cadence Raylyn Clark. Jatoni Regine Clay. Jada Alexis Cleaver. Jacob Eli Clemens. Caitlin Brene Clemens. Noah Ruben Cleveland in absentia. Asia Nicole Coggins. Kavashe Janae Coleman. Tony Lamount Khan. Caden Elizabeth Cook. Abigail Grace Corley. Zachariah Keegan Coram. Alyssa Jade Counter. Sorry.
Jordan Faith Crow. Citlali Beline Cruz Lopez. Julissa Griselle Cruz Venegas. Ainsley Barbara Colbreth. Danielle Monet Cummings. Mason Blake Daniel. Kyle Andrew Davey. Mason Lee Davis. Lauren De La Rosa Calderon. Timothy Keith Deering Jr. Alexis Ice Decker. Alexandria Page Denson. Joshua Kimball Dickerson. Landry Nicole Dixon. Ashley Dominguez. Kiba Lee Donaldson. Emma Sue Grace Doris. Aaliyah Lachey Dowell. Jaleel Jarice Dowell. Richard Wyatt Driver. Ricky Jordan Driver. Nicole Felice Duke. Brady Garrett Duncan. Catherine Elizabeth Duncan. Logan Paul Lee Eakes. Jordan Elizabeth Edwards. Grace Yating Elliott. Hannah Mackenzie Eskew. Diego Francisco Esparza. Rebecca Jean Everett. Haley Carol Evitz. Hannah Louise Evitz. Jonathan Henry Ferris. Amelia Brooke Feltz. Kaylin Ryan Fiddler. Edward Alexander McMurray Fight. Patrick Logan Flannery. Chloe Elizabeth Flesh. Emily Jade Fletcher. Nora Elizabeth Flores Martinez in absentia. Winter Martin Foster. Janisha Raynell Fouch. Casey Ann Fox. Aaron Dawson Fulcher. Malia Nicole Fuquay. Braylee Nicole Gann. Lauren Michelle Gann. Kennedy Elise Gardner. Mackenzie Shay Garrett. Victoria Arlette Garza in absentia. Christopher Dean Gass. Lauren Elizabeth G. Isaiah Lee Gilbert. Angelina Ruth Gilliam. Hannah Riley Goad. Dylan Wade Goolsby. Anaya Alon Grant. Charles Henry Gravis. Mackenzie Elizabeth Greer. Caleb Leon Gregory. Philip Neal Griffin. Haley Lynn Grime. Jonathan Michael Guerra. Hayden Frank Guerrero. Alicia Grace Haley. Madison Marie Hall. Megan Ray Hall. Abigail Josephine Hammond in absentia. Alyssa May Hanson. Avery Elizabeth Harris. Kendra Lee Harris. Riley Edward Harvey. Anna Nairi Harkovich Abdullah. Jude Simon Hassel. Christopher Michael Hahn. Bailey Faith Hayes. Tyler Allen Haynes. Sarah Catherine Hazen. LaQuinton Raymond Hearn. John Turner Heath. Samuel Roland Henderson. Jonathan Lake Hendrick. Winter Elizabeth Henley. Jordan Walker Henson. Carlos Arturo Hernandez. Isabella Price Hernandez. Caitlin Ann Hibden, in absentia. Lillian Paige Hibden, in absentia. Leah Renee Hicks. Kaylee Rebecca Higdon. James Dylan Hires. Arian Mikhail Heel. Joshua Grady Holland. William Wayne Holt II. Emma Faith Hopkins. Kaya Elizabeth Horan. Caleb Joshua Horton. Lexus Lachey Horton. Tyler Chase Howell. Catherine Louise Hosey. Rachel Olivia Hosey. Wesley Scott Hudson. Taylor Dean Hulse. Vincent Jatias Marquise Hurd. John Christian Isham IV. Michaela Roshan Jackson. Veda Elizabeth Jakelski. Devion Lamendez Jennings. Lamont Lemire Germain. Jacob Lee Jewell. Emilio Jimenez. Addison Jolyn Johnson. Chase Douglas Johnson. Hunter Blake Johnson. Isaac Alexander Johnson. Shakirius Jameer Johnson. Daniel James Jones. Hayden Michael Jones. Marissa Delia Juarez.
Jakayla Monasia Keeley. Joshua Reed Kendall. Fiona Colleen King. Malia Brianne Kirkendall. Ashlyn McNeese Knight. Ruby Kahn. Kara Christine Coe. Faith. Faith Ann Kowal. Jamar Isaiah Kennard. Alma Irene LeBou. Amber Lynn LaGrange. Kendrick Danielle Lane. Donovan Matthew Law. Bella Kalai Lemieux. Sydney Ray Lenning. Landon Crew Lindsay. Chloe Leanne Little. Madison Noel Loner. Mallory Nicole Loner. Estefania Lopez. Hayden Blaze Lord. Andrea Elizabeth Luna Bloss. Carla Marisol Luna Bloss. Louis Mario Luna Atun in absentia. Mallory Jade Lund. Brianna Marie Macias. Sarah Elizabeth Magana. Tyler John Majors. Joshua D. Marion. Kirsten Alexandria Marion. Zachary Cade Marshall. Alexis Cheyenne Michelle Martin, Kennedy Rayanne Martin, Mia Faith Martin, Anadelia Martinez, Angelisa Mackay Maston, Alyssa England Mather, Joe Wade Matthews, Emily Faith Maxfield, Chloe May Ilana Mays, Parker Gavin McCall, Talia Ann McCatherine, Zachary Wayne McElhaney, Richard Albert Medina, Evelyn Mendez, David Mendez Ledesma, Ruby Orion Miller, Isabel Marie Miller, Chandler Lee Mills, Emma Claire Minter, Chloe Isabel Moles, Jackson Rhodes Monette, Jorge Montez Espinoza, Jesse Denzel Montgomery, Brittany Leanne Moore, Fernando Morales, Ethan James Morgan, Nicholas Grant Moulton, Catherine Grace Rolls Mueller, Samantha Jolene Mushler, Victoria Lynn Myrick, Destiny Ann Michelle Neal, Madison Brooke Newberry, Brianna Louise Nicholas, Alexia Brooke Northcutt, Ryan Christopher Norval, Paul O'Neill Graves, Erin Christine Ostrander, Andre Xavier Otts, Mirna Esmeralda Pacheco, James William Palmer III, Lyndon Abbott Palmer, Daisy Pantaleone Ayala, Benjamin Pierce Parker, Curtis Dawson Parker, Abigail Grace Parks, Michaela Brooke Parr, Abigail Ann Parrish, Carolina Del Angel Partridge, Landon John Passmore, Jared Scott Patterson, Kylie Ann Patterson, Peter Henry Pearson, Kira Piper Pedigo, Daisy Rhodes Pena, David Reagan Pinuel, Diana Guadalupe Perez Mata, Charlotte Francis Phillips, Miranda Arden Phillips, Jerolia Renee Pierce, Dominic Jean Plowman, Brendan Taylor Polk, Addison Grace Porter, Kobe Lamont Porter, Thomas Joseph Poteet, Ethan Maxwell Pilot, Tyler James Quayle, Colton Bill Rallis, Marshall Bobear Rand, Stone Man Rand, Ronez Tyree Rankins, Angel Monique Reed, Lindsay Ann Reese, Lily Everline Reeves. Jaden Nicole Reinl. Kylie Nicole Retzky. Felissa Maya Louise Reynolds. Zach Ethan Davis Reynolds. Sakori Cortez Rhodes. Samaya Lachey Rhodes. Patrick Robert Riley. Michael Blake Reisner. Samuel Coy Freedom Roberts. Aiden David Robinson. Timothy Jerome Robinson Jr. Clarissa Marie Rodriguez. Elizabeth Michelle Rogers. Brina Ariel Lee Rodert. Jonathan David Roman. Michaela Janae Roop. Isaac Lee Rose. Nathaniel Isaiah Roth Selliers. Christopher Allen Russell. Kyle Allen Russell in absentia. Joshua David Saylor. Luca Aaron Saller. Isabella Santos. Ashley Nicole Sansi. Danielle Marie Sarton. Jamisha Jayambia Satterfield. Serenity Oriana Scales. Wesley Allen Shell. Ian Christopher Schrock. Kaylee Paige Scott. Kyle Lawrence Scott. Miari Chesrone Scott. Charles Creekmore Scott IV.
William Eugene Seats III. Jordan Lamar C. in absentia. Patrick Wayne C. in absentia. Savannah Nicole C. Gracie Page Sellers. Michael Curtis Sells. DeQuante Ladarian Marquise Shannon. Brandon Taylor Strum. Isabella Claire Simmons. Zoe Eris Sims. Kayla Dawn Cisco. Leah Dawn Sizemore in absentia. Eden Rainey Smith. Glenn Robinson Smith. Kristen Ann Smith. Donovan Carter Solbrig. William Freeman Spruill. Mariana Lashanti Stafford. Joshua Cooper Stanley in absentia. Bailey Jean Stearman. Logan Tyler Stevens. Jakaya Kayan Steverson. Byron Dwayne Stewart II. Raylyn Michelle Stewart. Cheyenne Lynette Stringer. Kelsey Ray Suddiff. Brenna Darlin Tate. Braden Russell Taylor. Jacob Allen Taylor. Nage Tylen Taylor. William Samuel Terry. Nathan Tesfahiwa. Maddox Craig Thigpen. Driston Bryce Thomas. Kyle Joseph Thomas. Landon Joel Thompson. Grace Carolyn Thurman. Kobe Isaiah Tibbs. Trinity Rose Todd. John Garrett Tomlinson. Carissa Jordan Trammell. Taylor Allen Travis. Armando Alexander Vallecillo Rapallo. Annabelle Mae Van Hook. Caitlin Elizabeth Van. Amari Christine Vaught. Luke Joshua Womble. Rebecca Leanne Ward. Hamaya Catherine Wells. Michelle Elliott Wheaton. Allison Grace Wheeler. Ella Susan White. Joshua Nicholas Whiteside. Ethan Blake Williams. Dewan Myleek Williamson. Laurel Grace Willis. Rory Elizabeth Wilson. Monica Lynn Winters. Ryan Chandler Wood. Brayland Mitchell Woolwine. Caroline Elena Wright. Dylan Thomas Rye in absentia. Lucas Nathaniel Yates. I don't know who that is. Come on up, sir. Ask him his name. Luis Luna.
All right. That took a while. You people on the first row figured out what leadership is, right? There are people going to do whatever you do. So, all right. We have asked Mr. Bergeron to come up and lead us in the traditional tassel ceremony. There you are right there.
As a member of the Lebanon High School faculty, it is a pleasure to be involved in the Lebanon High School class of 2021 graduation. We are extremely proud of what each of you has accomplished. At this time, please stand and join me in the traditional tassel ceremony. Seniors, move your tassel from right to left.
Thank you, Mr. Bergeron. All right, now y'all got to stay put. We got a few more things to talk about. I would now like to invite Lebanon High School senior choir members to lead us in the alma mater. Let's go. It's all you.
In the
yet to thee cleave. Now as lovingly we depart, thou wilt ever be in our heart. Praise we raise for all to see, grace esteem eternally. As the years go by, we'll be true to our Lebanon white and blue.
Now everybody, I'm not on. Hello, hello, hello. Hawks, hello. Hello. Hold on, stay put. I'm not on. Stay put, stay put. All right, everybody, stay put. Everybody, it's time to make some noise for the graduating class of 2021. An old proverb states, hold on to instruction, do not let it go. Guard it well, for it is your life. And Dr. Seuss tells you, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go. As always, graduates, it is important for you to remember who you are, where you come from, and who you represent. I know you'll all go out into this world and make us look good. And although after today you are no longer students at Lebanon High School, remember that once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil.